to try to swallow me. Some days I fall, but I hear your call. I pray I don't hit the ground. Gravity.
Yep, now we're here. So apparently this is supposed to be voice acted. I don't think it's gonna work on here though. But if it does, great. If not, oh well, I guess. Because I don't have PowerPoint. You're supposed to open this with Microsoft PowerPoint. I'm not spending $70 just to play this.
We cannot leave this man alone.
No. I mean, Frank's here too, but we're here for this dude.
Yeah.
We're here for Bob. We're not here for Frank. Anyway, shall we...
I'm Punisher shirt that Frank has.
I do like how he's dressed. I will say that. I do like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna kiss this fucking nerd.
Yeah.
This nerd.
This nerd over here.
Alright, let's start, everybody. Okay. The sun was gently tucked away behind clouds, but occasionally decided to poke its head out. Despite this, your name still pulled their coat around them as they rushed along the sidewalk, gripping their heavy bags as they made their way to the something university name. There's no university name! It's just... Oh, okay.
Okay.
I think it skipped a couple. Did it skip a couple? I feel like it did.
Yeah, because we're on page 5 now.
This hasn't been updated in like a year, I believe.
Hold on, let me hit... Go back. I want to see what the fuck is going on with this. Hold on, start? Okay, well, it just doesn't want me to see the starting point, I guess. Fuck me.
Huh.
Alright, whatever. Whatever!
Right.
Whatever! It was their first day there and they had to be on time. It would make a terrible first impression if they weren't. They hastily checked their phone to see what the time was as they arrived at the large and pretty intimidating gates of the university. I'm sorry if I suck at reading. I might fumble fuck my words a little.
I feel the same way. That's why I don't read out loud.
Yeah. They sighed in relief upon seeing that they had made it on time and then gripped their bags as they hurriedly made their way to the principal's office. I'm not going to be surprised if there's spelling errors or something in this, by the way.
Yeah, this looks very rough.
And they said this was like I think they said this is like their attempt at making a game like this. And obviously it's made with like fucking PowerPoint or something.
Yeah, it's definitely not like... I think it was just made by one person, so we shouldn't have like high expectations.
No,
but it's fine, because like, you know, there's always like parody dating games and stuff like that, so it's nice to just have fun with this.
Yeah. Plus there's obviously like obvious capitalization issues.
Yeah, no, they just typed this shit in.
Yeah, there they would give their schedule for the week and any other necessities, as well as someone to be their guide and give them a tour around the school for today. Why does this background look familiar, by the way? I don't know. Is it an anime background? Like from a...
Yes.
Maybe it's Danganronpa.
I don't know, is it?
That's what it reminds me of, anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's like...
this looks intentionally like cliche, like obviously they definitely rushed this.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, this is... Yeah, this is like the Japanese school building. This is not American at all.
This is an obvious parody of it. They know what they're doing.
Yeah. After a little while of wandering, the seemingly endless hallways, trying to find the door, a teacher pointed them to the direction of the office. Okay. Where's my husband? And they knocked upon the oak door with the words "Principal's Office" etched into a metal plate. Just your name. I don't fucking give a fuck. You can hear a faint grumble of a voice behind the door which gives them permission to enter, and so they do. Once they enter, they notice the principal sitting on his leather office chair, his hands held together on his wooden desk. Behind the principal was a ceiling-high bookshelf stacked to the brim with God knows how many books, and probably as old as he was. Have a seat, the principal says, and they do as they were told, taking a seat on one of the two chairs in front of his desk. We don't even fucking get to see this fucking principal.
I was gonna say, like, there's not even a picture of what the principal looks like.
I guess not. Do that. I guess not. Your guide will be here shortly, he said. He spoke robotically as if he was reading a piece of paper or something.
How funny would it be if the principal was Skid's dad?
That would be so fucking funny. It'd be so funny. Should I just say your name, or should I just say, like, who the fuck this... I guess it would be my
Just say your name, because it's funny. I mean, like, your name. Literally. Just say your name.
Yeah, your name. waited slightly awkward in slightly awkward silence as they tapped their fingers together waiting for this tour guide. I had to fucking like backtrack a little. As if they had summoned them with their thoughts, a younger man quickly opened the door and rushed into the class. Oh,
Hey, there he is.
Huh.
there's our boy! Oh, the voice acting is not working, so I'm gonna have to read this. Great.
Good luck.
R.I.P. to whoever did the fucking voice acting. I'm sorry if you see this. Fuck me, I guess, because it's just not. I had to open with jump share, so nothing else worked. Oh god. Hello, sir. I'm sorry you had to wait. I was in the library and I guess I lost track of time. Okay.
Oh, you were in the library? Big fucking surprise.
Yeah, I
Sure
want.
looked like it.
Oh, he's so fucking cute, dude. The man rambled as he huffed a bit. He looked like he ran all the way here. Your name took a moment to take a good look at him. Looking at him. Another one. Yes, Fox. Another one. We found another one. This one was given to me from somebody on Tumblr, dude.
Oh, is this what we're gonna do today?
Yeah.
We can't leave this man alone.
Yeah, we're not leaving him alone. He's here forever. He's trapped. Jesus.
This is our husband now.
He looked like a
Yep.
stereotypical nerd. Big glasses, long sleeve, white button up with a sleeveless sweater on top. He looks fucking adorable in this. I want to kiss him.
He does. I noticed how his hair is slightly different colored though.
Yeah, we put in that before you got here. We noticed it's like a slight purple. I don't know
I
if
think it's more just like a brown.
it looks purple to me. Like there's a hint of purple.
Purplish brown.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I
Almost
think
like
it's
a
At
chocolate.
least they got their glasses accurate because he doesn't wear round glasses. They wear rectangular.
yeah.
With his dork.
In beige trousers, he had short and messy hair and a small stubble on his chin. I'm gonna have a stroke reading
Hey,
this.
I like how they're describing them as we can clearly see them.
Yeah.
Again,
all
suplex this man.
Jesus. It's all right, Bob. Take a seat, please, said the principal, and it was now that the young man seemed to notice your presence. Okay.
Okay.
Oh!
Uh,
He
That's
blushed.
cute.
He blushed a little as he walked over and sat in the other chair next to you. Your name, this is Bob Velseb. He will be your tour guide for today. I'm fucking gonna kiss him.
Oh, he's giving you that look like, oh, she's pretty. You're pretty.
mm,
He then turned to Bob and said, Bob, your assignment is to show your name around the school and welcome them. Okay. Bob nodded in response. Yes, sir. Also, what the like the little doodles? A book,
I
a
like how he just
bone,
didn't
an
even
eyeball?
hide. You have to know Bob, like, beforehand, because otherwise, out of context, you would see the eyeballs and you're just thinking, why are there eyeballs in a bone?
Yeah, you'd have to, like, yeah, it's so... Also, they drew Bob's name with a little heart by it.
mm.
He said before him and your name were both dismissed from the principal's office. Once your name and Bob's... I love that the once is spelled with a 0 instead of an O! Sorry, I noticed that immediately. Once your name and Bob stepped out of the out the office, they turned to Bob. He just smiled at them nervously. Oh,
I'll
Jesus
admit,
Christ,
these
Bob.
little doodles are fucking
they're
cute.
cute. It's
I'm not gonna lie.
it is.
Why
Hi,
you blushing? No.
my name's Bob. He said as he stretched out his shaky and slightly sweaty hand.
Oh, he's nervous.
Don't take his hand and give him a dirty look. Why would you do that?
I'm gonna be polite. I want to be nice. Oh, I'm gonna kiss him.
That's it. New commission. We'll make an Abby. We'll make Bob a nerd. We'll make it a reference.
We'll make it.
A parody.
I'll give him this outfit as a fucking reference. Bob's smile and eyes brighten as they take. What the fuck? I'm gonna say that's supposed to be you. You take his hand and smile at him politely. I don't know what. Would have a stroke reading. I'm sorry. Hi, my name is your name. They say with a chuckle. Okay. Bob then begins the tour guide of the school. He starts by showing them.
His writing is amazing.
Yeah, he starts
Yeah.
by showing them
Yeah,
one
Picasso.
of the many classrooms, a simple but rather spacious room with a very large board at the front and various shelves for storage. Okay. I like that most of these these are clearly just from like other dating games or something.
Oh yeah, no, they just straight up ripped this
Yeah.
off. And
Yeah.
just posted it in the back.
Next was the library, which Bob is very passionate about. He said it was one of his favorite places in the school. I will remember
I wonder
that.
why.
Ah, is that your one personality trait, that you're a nerd?
And that it was filled with so many
nerd.
yeah. That it was filled with so many interesting books on so many different topics. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I get it now. I get it. I know why they made him a nerd. Because they love trivia facts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah? Yeah.
You can find almost anything in here, he said happily. It was pretty cute.
Damn.
This was before the cult.
Yeah, this must be.
Next was the cafeteria. It was a very large hall with snack bars, tables, benches, and vending machines, and even a small cafe. It was very impressive and it smelt delicious. A large variety of different smells swirling around there and teasing.
You spelled there wrong.
God. There and teasing her nose, they'd be frequenting this place. What?
They spelled there wrong.
Huh?
That's the wrong there.
Yeah. This little portion here is tripping me up. I suck at reading, or that's just not correct.
No, it's a bit of both.
Okay. Next was the area outside in school campus. Okay. During nice sunny weathers, the outdoors was very popular for students to eat lunch and snack while they did their work or perhaps just chat with their friends. There were a few picnic tables placed in various areas, some placed right in the center of the neatly trimmed field to bask in sunlight on hot days, and some placed under trees for shading and shielding from the rain. It was rather peaceful outside right now. Only a few students quietly sitting and reading on some benches. I'm gonna fucking kiss him. Anyway, the tour is very pleasant.
It's like, I don't care if you're in a shitty dating game, I'll still smooch the heck out of you.
Yeah, the tour is very pleasant as your name and Bob chatted together about certain areas of the school and some other stuff. And
His hair needs ruffled.
and he did it with a smile on his face and excitement in his voice. Your name couldn't help but find it amusing how happy he was to show them around like this. I think he just likes the attention. This poor dude. He just wants some Bro needs some love in his life, and I'm gonna give it to him. What the fuck? Next, he showed them to their personal locker, which was number 069.
Yeah, alright.
Nice.
Alright. You had to mention the number because it was so funny.
Yeah. It was rather spacious and could fit a good amount of books, but other than that, it wasn't anything special. Sorry, my fucking phone decided to do a thing. It was just a simple metal locker with a lock. Lastly was the back of the school, which looked like...
Why is the text different?
I don't know. Lastly was the back of the school, which looked slightly darker than the rest of the school.
Oh gee, I wonder who'd be hanging out here.
More trees grew here in the back, causing it to be rather shady, and it didn't look like it was frequented by many students. Okay. Oh, there's Frank. There he is. In fact, it looked rather empty apart from one student who was leaning up against the wall and smoking.
Oh my god, the audacity.
He noticed them staring and approached them. Oh my
God damn.
Nerd.
The immediate disdain, dude. That's great.
You can feel the heat.
You could feel the tension.
You
could
just
cut it
feel
with a
the
knife.
Yeah, you feel the tension from like the unbridled rage. Like, I hate this guy.
What are you doing around here, nerd? You know that no one goes back here. You want me to get caught? The student spits at Bob angrily, before taking a drag of a cigarette and then dropping it to the ground and stomping on it harshly. You're not supposed to be smoking on school grounds anyway, Bob grumbled under his breath quietly.
What are you gonna do about it, nerd?
What did you just say to me, you little shit? The man yells again angrily. He then turns to you he just noticed you standing there watching him as he yelled at Bob. Who's this? You brought some company? He said with a
You
smirk.
brought company.
You brought company, yeah. He said with a smirk as he looked at them and chuckled. What the fuck is going on?
I don't.
Look at him, he's like, don't fucking talk to them, dude. Fuck off. Your name's brows furrowed in disgust they felt uncomfortable, and Bob noticed and spoke up. Jesus Christ. Leave them alone, Frank. They're new around here, and they don't need no trouble with you, he said defensively. I had to fucking double take on that one. I'm sorry. The man who your name now discovered to be called Frank just laughed and looked them up and down. Don't fucking... Don't...
The hell, man. I
Don't...
will suplex you into next week. Don't even try.
Next to New Mexico.
Oh god, his fucking little skull and little cigarette
Oh
needles.
my god.
Frank with the little broken heart. I don't like that.
Oh, he's so edgy.
He's edgy. Aw, that's no fun. You always gotta have a bit of trouble in your life, he said and winked at them. The audacity.
Jesus.
Eh?
This guy wouldn't give up. Can you please just leave us alone? They said quietly under
Excuse me, but didn't you guys approach Frank?
I know, no, actually he walked over after he noticed us, actually. said-
Still.
They said
Like-
quietly under breath, too embarrassed to speak up any louder. Bob, why are you staring at me like that?
Bob okay. He looks concerned.
He
I love
does.
how the fonts just keep changing.
It does. See, it changed again! Frank raised a brow in amusement before he started laughing cruelly. Oh, how adorable. Why would I leave such a cute little thing like you alone? What are you gonna do if I don't? He mocked them. Oh my god. Stay away from me. Like 5 feet away from me. I'm gonna get closer to... I'm gonna be in this man's skin.
Where's my bottle of gasoline?
Oh!
Oh shit.
That took a turn. That took a fucking turn.
Damn.
That took a turn.
Heyo!
Oh, okay, take a screenshot of that face. I want that face to be in the goddamn server.
There, here, I print screen. Hold on. Let me send this shit to you. Here. I'll send it to you so that way I know where it is.
No, but like, okay, but like, since the text box is just so shitty, like, you could literally replace that with anything, and you just put in, listen here, you little shit.
I know! It's a solid color. You can literally color over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's see. I can't stop staring at Bob. He's gonna fucking kill this man. Oh.
Huh?
Bob then placed a hand on Frank's shoulder, causing him to turn around and look at him in anger and shock. Bro, Bob.
I'll pay to watch that fight.
I'd pay to watch that fight. Oh my god.
My goodness.
But
then...
But then he saw Bob glared at him with a sadistic smile and a crazed look in his eyes, and Frank's eyes widened in fear. It was unlike anything your name had ever seen before, and it sent shivers down their spine as their blood ran cold. But before Bob had the chance to say or do anything, a teacher had come around the corner and told them it was time for the next period to begin and broke up the situation.
Mhm.
Frank rolled his eyes and scoffed as he tore himself away from Bob's grip and marched off somewhere. Your name turned to Bob looking slightly concerned. But his kind and happy self had returned as he smiled at her as if nothing had happened. Why do you keep swapping the fucking pronouns from them and they to her and fucking shit? Pick a fucking...
Wow. See, they tried so hard to be inclusive, but let's be honest, a chick wrote this.
Yeah, they ripped it away. They ripped that shit away. It's like, whatever.
This is literally fanfic you write in your tweens. That's why the writing is really bad, because they're not writing like as if you are the writer itself explaining the situation or the environment. No, they're writing literally as if they're explaining from their perspective.
Yeah.
It's really bad. Like, I'm not trying to hate or nothing on the person who made this. Obviously, it's Russian nothing, but like, it's not the best quality, sadly.
It's just jumping a little bit. I like the concept, though. I do love it. I love
I
the
like
concept.
the concept too. I think it's fun.
I think it's cute. I like the classic, like, anime-esque type dating sim love story stuff. Like, it's so cheesy,
Yeah.
but I love it. And then besides, it's probably the first thing they ever made. This was their attempt
Yeah,
at it.
we can't be
so-
too harsh on them.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna be harsh about it. I do love the art, though. I love the art.
I do find it funny though. They referred they thems to now her.
Uh huh. See, there we go. He asked if they were okay, as if he just flipped a switch that could change his personality entirely. They just tried to shake it off and smile at Bob, confirming they were okay. Then he helped them get to their next period. Your Name sat down their next few classes, bored out of their mind. They twiddled a pen in their fingers and looked out the window as they couldn't help but let their minds slip away into a daydream. They found themselves thinking about Bob. He was sweet and kind. He always smiled at them politely. Oh no.
Oh my god, this is so
So
intentionally dramatic.
It's so cheesy. Oh.
In the best way.
It is. It is. And they found his random fact-sharing quirk to be really dorky and cute. Oh my gosh. They
Well, I
chuck-
think Streber would say otherwise.
Yeah.
Eh.
That snapped him into this into the They chuckled to themselves when they thought about how Bob went on a rant about human anatomy and shared interesting facts they had never heard before. What the fuck did he say to us?
Probably the creepy facts.
Oh boy. Jesus Christ, Jester. Then they thought back to the time. Okay, you actually put that in there twice. Of the tour when Frank came up to them. Oh god, this photo again. And their brows furrowed at the thought of that jerk. They also remembered that moment when Bob looked at Frank with a crazed look in his eyes. It made your
Wow,
name
a flashback. That was like 2 minutes ago.
literally.
Exactly.
It made your name's heart drop just thinking about it. Even Frank seemed scared. They tried to shake that thought from their mind, and finally let's take some notes on whatever this lesson was. So I'm not gonna know what that fucking is. Then after what seemed like endless hours, the bell finally went off to signal for lunch. Your Name made their way through the cramped corridors to get to the cafeteria where all the students stormed in, the smell of delicious hot meals luring them in. Okay. I don't think that was proper but English, but sure. Upon entering, they were overwhelmed by the smell of various snacks and meals, as well as the loud chatter of students. Your Name patiently joined the line of students waiting for their meal. They grabbed their desired snacks and beverage and left the queue. Now the next question is, where should they sit? They decided on 2 options: library or canteen. Library. That's where Bob is, right?
Yeah, let's not leave that man alone.
Apparently there's a glitch I saw, where you actually chose the cafeteria instead.
Oh Jesus.
But maybe that's not the case here?
I don't think so. I don't know. They decided to get away from this noisy and crowded cafeteria and go hanging out in the library. They enjoyed how cozy and peaceful it was there. The idea of being able to sit in a comfy chair and read a book while they enjoyed their snacks sounded really good right now. That actually does sound kind of peaceful. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
That does sound nice. They made their way back through the corridor again and tried to remember exactly where Bob told them the library was. And eventually, after a little bit of wandering around, they finally found it. They smiled as the smell of wood and books filled their nose, and the quiet and pleasant atmosphere beckoned them in further. They explored the various aisles of bookshelves that stretched almost to the ceiling. Your Name then found an aisle of fantasy romance books that piqued their interest. Of course. Of course it would be
That's-
fantasy
that's-
romance.
I
I
honestly
feel called
do
out from
wonder.
What?
You
I
feel
honestly
called
do
out.
wonder if you're allowed food in the library, because I wouldn't think so.
Some places do. It just depends. They always had an interest in fiction, and they were a bit of a hopeless romantic for a cute romance story. I don't think this is... okay. They gently dragged their finger on the spine of the books, reading the different titles to find one they'd like. Your Name got lost in their thoughts as they were about to pull out a book that seemed interesting, but they then accidentally bumped into somebody. Okay, someone.
Someone.
Huh.
Yeah. They gasped and quickly turned to the person on the floor, only to see it was Bob, and they had knocked some books out of his hands. I'm sorry. Oh, brother.
Aw. Wow.
I love that it's just a single still image of him too, by the way. Oh God, Bob, I'm so sorry. I must not have seen you, as they said as they knelt down to help him with the books. But oh, can't.
I was just brought back to tender loving cannibal there. It's like, huh, now who's fallen for us?
You're right.
That's true.
You're right. Bob blushed and
I
smiled
think let's fall
politely.
for who now?
Yeah. No, it's alright. I wasn't looking where I was going, he said. Your name smiled at him apologetically and handed him some of his books. They noticed that they were mainly biology books, specifically about the human body. That doesn't surprise me, but also...
It's actually pretty cool foreshadowing, you know?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see you're a really big fan of biology, they chuckled, trying to start a casual conversation to make this moment less awkward. See, why do we need a speech bubble thing? Like, I feel like this isn't necessary.
No, especially when the text is like literally so small and awkwardly placed.
Mm-hmm. That's just me, though. Whatever. God, the text changing is throwing me off. He blushed some more. Yeah, did you know that in many cultures blood is consumed as food, and that includes humans? He shared excitedly. That's just...
Oh.
You can't even... Okay, so I'm gonna say this. If you're gonna write something about this, you don't have to use facts from the actual short. It's a nice throwback, don't get me wrong. But you can also do your own research.
It'd be nice
for
to throw in a
facts.
little bit of like originality, you know? Get something
Yeah,
new.
yeah, you can get something. I've done that.
It's
I
also
have
kind
done
of pissing me off that they keep changing the color of the text. So one minute it's white, the next it's black, and it's like the background makes it even harder to read it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like with certain things it works, like white on the slightly like flushed pink, it works. But with our text, because it's purple, it has to be black for some reason. I think was it black? Was it black for our text? I can't remember. I can't go back either because it'll just.
We're already halfway, by the way.
I know. I'm wondering how much more is in this because like it's progressing so fast. It's
So
black.
much for a slow burn.
Although the fact was rather unsettling, they just smiled. Okay?
Who smiled?
I guess
Is
me.
it you?
I guess me.
Devon?
I don't know. Oh,
I'm so
wow, I never
confused.
knew that, they said, and Bob's smile lit up a little. Oh, he's a little cannibal boy. I love him.
He's a goober.
He then he then decided to point his attention to the book
Look at
your name
this
was
nerd.
holding. Yeah. I didn't think you'd be the kind to like romance books, he said with a small, awkward smile. Your
The
name...
fuck does that mean?
I don't know. Your name blushed. Oh, right. Well, no one can resist a cute romance story, right? They chuckled. Their attention then turned to numerous large books he held in his arms. Oh, do you want some help with those books? They look kind of heavy, your name said as they pointed to the books. Look at his fucking face, dude. He is so in love right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love at first sight, bro. Love at
Yeah.
first sight.
Love at first sight is one of my favorite cliches. I know it's unrealistic, but that's what makes it cartoony.
I know. It's so great. Bob blushed and shook his head. No, it's okay. I've got it. Real sweet of you to care, though, he said gratefully. Your name decided that they would help anyway. They reached over and took half of his stack of books, and they were rather heavy. He said no, and we still did it anyway.
Mm.
What the hell?
But your name was stubborn and determined to help. All right, where are we taking these? They said to him with a smile. Oh my gosh.
Oh damn, he's looking in you.
Bob's eyes widened in surprise at their gesture. He pointed at a table in the corner of the library timidly, and so they both made their way over there. He felt his heartbeat quicken when he watched your name be so kind to him. It was feeling he could, was it, oh my god, there's not something, okay.
I think you confused your kindness for something else.
Guy.
It was a feeling
I
he
don't-
couldn't explain as the grip on his books tightened. Yeah, there's an A that's missing there because you can see the double space that was supposed to be here.
This poor writer.
Oh no, he could never let them get away. They were too precious for him to lose.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh my
God.
no! He's a yandere.
Yikes.
He's a yandere, bro.
That's a major yikes, my guy. I'm
Oh,
gonna need you to calm down with that.
they will be mine. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh my god, he's smitten, and we just met this dude, bro. Look at his hand with the little fucking
Oh,
like.
yeah, that's right. He's. Oh, I like that detail.
Oh yeah, he is. Oh boy,
They're aggressive.
new friend.
New friend.
Oh, is that it? Is that all that's in here? No.
Yep.
Oh
You
yeah,
gotta
okay.
go back and talk to Frank.
Damn, it's interesting. I don't think I could.
Damn.
Oh, okay, I think I'm gonna have to go through all of that again just to get.
You're just
through
gonna
it.
have to skip it all.
Yeah, hold on. Jesus.
You're gonna have to tap aggressively.
Hi, Bob. Okay, I need to get through this quickly. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you gotta reject him.
Oh, yeah. Okay, your team keeps their hands by their side as they give Bob a dirty look. They didn't want to touch his shaky and sweaty hands. Gross. Oh, he
Ew,
looks so
gross.
disdained. I don't like that. Bob's nervous smile
Yeah.
immediately turns to a frown as he looks at them with hurt and sadness. Oh, he said awkwardly. Bob then decided to do a tour of the school. Okay. So we already know this.
Uh-huh.
And it was supposed to be interesting, but they just rolled their eyes. What happened? Am I being mean to him? Am I being mean to him?
Yeah,
the
I
entire
think you're
time?
being mean to him.
Yep.
I don't like that. They don't want to sit in here and talk about books. They just wanted to go on with the
Oh,
tour.
you're so cold.
He frowned even more and just went quiet as they continued. Okay. The only good thing about this entire tour. So mean.
Unnecessary crap for us to care about.
It was nice and quiet until Bob decided to try and start a conversation, which they didn't return the effort of and
Damn.
ignored him as they walked to the next
Jesus.
part of the tour. This is so mean! I don't like this, dude. The tour was rather uncomfortable since your name made no effort of caring about what Bob had to say. I care. Don't tell me how I feel.
Good lord.
So he sort of
Damn,
silently showed
this
them around as they
sucks.
did. I hate this, actually.
I felt bad for him.
It was
God
incredibly
damn.
boring for them, and the tension was growing incredibly thick. Okay, back at the school. Uh-huh.
Oh,
Oh.
there's new dialogue.
Oh, I missed the... yeah. Who the fuck are you? You lost or something? He said, his voice cold and rough as he took another drag from his cigarette. Well, no, I'm new around here, and I'm getting a tour of the school, your name replied. Frank just scoffed, and he didn't exactly seem invested in having a conversation with them, but before they could try and talk to him a little more, Bob came over. Your name, what are you doing? We're supposed to be finishing our tour around the school. Sorry, that fucked me up a little, he said, worried. His look immediately souring as he saw the other student who just smirked and laughed when he saw Bob. He looked at your name. This loser is the one touring around the school? Your name sighed. Yep.
They don't even correct them.
Right.
Bob frowned, still upset by the fact we were being rude to him for no reason. I don't want to do this anymore.
That's so mean.
Oh, that's not a new dialogue. I'll say that.
Yeah.
He said to the man who frowned his... Uh-huh. Okay. Maybe I'll decide who I want to talk to and who I don't, Bob. He said. Damn! Frank chuckled gently under his breath. I like them already, he said, amused, causing your name to blush. What was your name again, doll? Frank said with a smirk.
Frank is not the type to say doll. They can't pull.
Oh.
No.
Bob murmured under his breath, maybe if your brain hadn't been reduced to a cigarette ash, you could listen better. he
Oh,
grumbled.
burn.
Frank
Oh,
immediately
shit.
turns towards Bob with a furious expression. What did you say to me, you little shit? He yelled and clenched his hands into a fist.
Someone get a med kit for this.
Oh,
Bob was,
shit.
Bob was completely unmoved by his reaction. You heard me, Bob said coldly. Your name could practically see the veins popping out of Frank's head. Oh, you're fucking dead! He yelled and looked as if he was about to swing his fist at Bob. Okay, yeah, there's the
Jesus
teacher.
Christ.
The teacher. Okay. and broke up the dangerous situation, scolding Frank severely.
Fight.
Frank rolled his eyes and scoffed as he marched off somewhere, giving Bob a death glare. Your name turned to Bob, looking at him with shock and anger. What the hell? Why'd you do that? Bob was taken aback by how they shouted
What
at
is
him.
wrong with this YN?
I don't know. I don't like this one. You don't want to be around Frank. Trust me. He's no good and only brings trouble. He don't care about no one but himself and cigarettes. Being around him is bound to get you hurt,
Apparently
Bob
this
said,
one was
trying to
Frank.
warn them. Apparently. But they wouldn't listen. I'll decide who I find trustworthy and not you. Why do you even care? It's my decision, not yours. Bob looked at them as if he wanted to say something else before sighing in defeat and staying quiet. Your name then walked away angrily as they went to their class. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
I hate this. They found some things about Bob. They frowned. He was so annoying. And even when they clearly expressed no interest in him, he still tried to talk to them. And even when they clearly expressed... Okay, they sighed as they remembered Frank. Okay. Well, I don't know why they repeated the last one.
Are we gonna fawn over Frank? Is this what's happening? Yeah,
there it is. He was kind of a hot-headed prick, but they always been more of a fan of bad boys.
Listen. I like me some bad boys and everything, but there's gotta be,
There's a line.
Build up to this shit.
Yeah, there's a line
somewhere. Frank won't treat you right.
Yeah, he's not gonna treat you right, guy. Like, come on.
Even I'm just thinking, like, no.
Plus, he had a really cool punk style with a cool mullet, and his face commonly wore a scowl.
This YN is fawning over. Like, this is
chin.
like a personality of a friend I don't like. It's really bad.
Yeah, he wore a dark gray jeans jacket with the sleeves torn off, and he wore a pair of black ripped baggy jeans that drooped slightly over his heavy black boots. They blushed a little and tried to shake him from their thoughts.
This doesn't even feel like Frank. I know Frank. He's not like this.
No. Yeah. Finally take some notes on whatever this lesson was. They just wanted an excuse to put somebody else in this story.
That's true.
Then after what seemed like endless hours, the bell finally went off.
It could be worse.
To signal for lunch.
It could be Dexter.
Yeah.
Okay. If I go to the
we'll go to the canteen this time.
Your name decided that they didn't really want to move around too much, so they chose to stay here and find a free table to sit at and enjoy their food. The lunch wasn't very eventful as they sat and did their homework while listening to music with their headphones. They hummed along the melody to the melody of their music. Oh my god. But all of a sudden they felt a chill run down their spine. Their eyes widened in fear and confusion when suddenly the feeling of being watched washed over them. They turned around and looked behind them, and yet all they saw was students eating lunch and happily minding their own business. And yet they couldn't shake the feeling away. It still lingered, but they decided to ignore it and get back to their work. It was probably their mind playing tricks, and they were being paranoid. They continued with their work, and eventually the feeling faded away. And they then realized that they needed to get a textbook from their locker to finish their homework. They grumbled in annoyance as they got up and quickly headed to their locker. Once they arrived at their locker, they swiftly opened it and grabbed the book they needed. But just as they were about to close their locker and dash back to the canteen to finish their work, a piece of paper flew out of their locker and landed by their feet. They knelt down to pick it up, thinking it was a loose worksheet that happened to fall out of their book. But as they examined the paper, they noticed it wasn't their handwriting, and so they picked it up to read it, and it said...
Oh shit, let's read this. Alright.
Dear Your Name, from the moment I watched you enter this school, I knew you were the most beautiful person I'd ever seen in my life, and that I wanted to be able to get to know you much better. I want to know what goes on in your mind, what makes you laugh and smile, what you fear and what makes you sad. Your smile shines brighter than the sun, and your skin and hair look so incredibly soft. I hope in the future we can get closer, and I can get to know everything about you. Love, your secret admirer.
Well, golly gee, I wonder who did that.
Also, notice how there looks like there's blood on this note.
Yeah.
Your Name's eyes widened as they read this note. At first, they were flattered by it, but the longer they read it, they noticed the creepy undertone of the letter. They felt themselves shiver uncomfortably. So there, in fact, had been someone who was stalking them and watching them, and they weren't being paranoid. This idea made them sick in the stomach as they felt a shiver run up their spine in fear. They quickly stuffed the note back into their locker and grabbed the textbook they needed before quickly rushing back to the canteen. They felt afraid to be in the corridor by themselves. Okay, that's the secret admirer ending.
Aw.
Okay.
Oh wait, there was a little Bob doodle right there
Yeah.
on the locker.
Oh, yeah. So, I'm assuming there's multiple endings, so I wonder what
There's at least 4 endings, I believe, because you get like 4 choices.
Should we do the one where we are nice to Bob, but then stay at the...
But then we go into canteen.
Yeah, we stay in the canteen and then see what happens.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
or do you want to do the one where we're mean to Bob, and then go to the library?
Wait, we're gonna do both of them.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna do both of them, but which one
Yeah.
would you rather see first?
I want to see what happens if you go back to Bob after being mean to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I get a feeling they're gonna, like, probably kill you or something because you were so mean to them.
Well, that
Yeah.
sounds exciting.
Okay, so be mean to him and then go to the library.
Sonic says, "Fuck you, Bob."
Yeah.
Oh, it's so, like, the fact that your personalities just completely switch about just fucking hating Bob or just, like, actually crushing on them as well.
Yeah.
Or just being generally nice.
Yeah. It's like, I hate how flip-floppy it can be. God, get out of
And
here.
it's like,
Frank.
oh, you're just because you reject Bob, you're in love with this guy now. It's
Oh,
like, oh, okay then.
Wait,
I
this
guess
is
we are.
back of school. This was wait, well, this wasn't here before, was it?
Huh.
Yeah, it was there.
Okay, so we stayed in the canteen to see what. Okay, we should have went to the back of
Yeah.
the school to begin with then. Okay.
Yeah.
Your name decided that they'd ignore Bob's warning and they would go behind school.
Oh, okay, so this is where we go see Frank.
Okay, so we did this a little backwards, but didn't really pay attention to the tour that Bob gave them. But they eventually found the door that led to the outside and the back of the school. And just like Bob said, there was no one around apart from Frank, who was leaning against a wall and smoking. They blushed when they saw him and attempted to approach him, with confidence as they leaned up on the wall beside him. He didn't acknowledge them, so they cleared their throat. He glared down at whoever dared to interrupt him. He then noticed it was you, and he smirked a little. Oh, it's just you, Pipsqueak. Your name frowned and blushed a little at the name. Blushed at the name. Okay, not a little, but whatever.
This feels very, like...
Uh-huh. Feels super forced, doesn't it?
And it does! Like, oh, you're just in love with this guy now.
Frank, I have my bow.
I want my Bob back.
I will pour it all over you.
Alright. I'm not a
Let me get a
Pipsqueak.
lighter.
I'm not a Pipsqueak, you're just a freaking giant, and my name is your name. Frank just scoffed at their attitude. He did find it mildly amusing, though. Alright, then, your name. What are you doing here? Didn't that little boyfriend of yours tell you I don't like to be disturbed? He said, and took a drag from his cigarette.
Well, yes, he was my boyfriend. Thank you very much for acknowledging.
Yeah. Took who he meant by boyfriend, and then it clicked. Oh god, what? No, he was just my tour guide. Incredibly annoying, too, they grumbled.
Ugh, I want to punch this YN.
I think we all do. I'm like, girl, I'm gonna fucking throw hands. Frank laughed. You're funny, doll. Your name
Don't
blushed and
say
smiled.
doll. You can't pull a doll.
Don't fucking patronize me. They then
You
looked at...
say that. Meanwhile,
I'll fight
buttons
this
are
man.
starting in Hun.
I'm gonna fight this man.
Oh, it's gonna get worse. They then looked at Frank and pointed to his cigarette. Can I try? They asked. I fucking wouldn't.
Ooh, peer pressure.
Frank chuckled. You sure you want to, Pipsqueak? A little thing like you probably shouldn't be smoking this shit, he said. Although your name had never
Take your
smoked before,
kneecap.
they wanted to seem cool, and so they snatched it from his
Yeah,
fingers
of
and
course
took
it's
a
a
drag. Yeah. Which then caused them to start coughing violently and choking slightly, which only made
Yeah,
Frank laugh more.
I'm
Yeah.
glad they did.
Told ya, he said, and took his cigarette back. And your name spoke out in a croaky voice as they continued to cough a little. No, I'm fine. After the lungs had finally cleared of smoke, Frank smirked at them. You may be a pipsqueak, but I see potential in you. I'll tell you what, he said, dropping his cigarette to the floor and stepping on it. How about I offer you a small job, hmm? He said, putting his
Oh,
hands in his
drugs?
pockets and facing that god.
It's just sugar.
Just fucking sugar reference. Your name's eyes widened and they blushed a little when he said they had potential. Really? I mean, what's the job? They said, trying to act cool. Oh no. Frank chuckled and from his
God.
pocket took out a pack of cigarettes, handing it to Your Name. I've got a little business around these parts, and I just need a small helping hand to get all the deliveries on time. So you up for it? He said smoothly. God, why can't I fucking read this shit?
I don't know.
Your Name smiled a little to themselves about the fact that Frank
Bro,
wanted them.
get some self-esteem.
Dog, you don't need to be going for the
Exactly.
go for the fat nerd, dude. I hate
The
this.
fat nerd.
Yeah, fat nerd who they can actually protect you,
Fat
and
nerd,
like Frank
fat nerd,
just wants to
fat
treat you
nerd.
horribly
Fat nerd.
and
fat
use
nerd.
you.
Yeah. But they did know they could be risking getting kicked out by doing this, and so it had to be a good deal. But what's in it for me? They asked. I'll give 30% of the total money, he said. Make it 50%, you've got a deal. Well, at least you're a little smart on that end of the bargain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least you're making profit.
Frank raised an eyebrow. You drive a hard bargain, doll. 40%, final offer. Your name then
45.
45. Your name then shook his hand and took it with a smile. Deal. Pleasure doing business with you, they said enthusiastically, making Frank laugh. Uh-oh. ... Oh no!
A voice grumbles from a distance as he watches
Oh.
me and Frank laugh and smile at each other. It's not how it's supposed to be. This isn't right.
What Doki Doki Literature Club bullshit is this?
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh! He's
Oh.
ruined them. They were so perfect,
Why
and
do
now
you
they've been
have
lost.
5 fingers?
I need to help
to
them,
help
your
fix
hand.
them, and eliminate that the tainted meat that's infected them.
Damn.
Oh shit!
Yandere Bob, I'm living
Fuck.
for it. I'm living for this.
Yeah. You're taking a screenshot
Ew,
for this.
now we're getting somewhere.
Here, I took a screenshot. There we go. Here, I'll send it. I
Hmm.
like Yandere Bob, dude.
I do too.
Partners in crime.
Partners in crime.
Okay, go back. Okay, now we're gonna be nice to Bob, but we're gonna stay.
But we're gonna go in the canteen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Gotta click through this really fucking fast. But also try not to.
It's kind of hard to decide about whether or not, like, in the best way you can be in character, because, okay, I know we discussed before that in Tender Loving, like, we don't know the possibility about whether or not Bob would be on Yandere. We just know that, like, we're just trying to win their heart in general, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, in Frappable, that was more of the case of, like, you just have to try to get on their good side, because otherwise they're more likely to kill you, because of their motivation to want to kill you, right?
Yeah.
But then, in Tender Loving, like, he seems very genuine when he wants to get to know you and everything. So it's like, will they eventually kill you, or what's gonna happen? You would have to fuck up real bad in Tender Loving in order to get them to, like, you know, kill your ass after everything you've gone through.
Yeah. I think this is.
And in life, when it gets
Yes,
to know
the
you
same.
better.
It's the same. It's the exact same.
It's the same ending then.
Yeah.
There's only like 3 endings.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But wait, there's a death
There's
screen.
a little doodle.
There's a the little Bob dude. There's a
Little Bob. Doodle Bob. Doodle Bob, Doodle Bob,
It's so
Doodle
funny
Bob,
because you
Doodle
can
Bob, Bob.
also keep just clicking through here and seeing all of the
Mm.
frames that you shouldn't be able to see, I think.
You gotta give credit to whoever drew this. They're really good at what they did.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can just click through it and see all of the different frames, which is what I'm doing quickly here. Yeah, so there's only 3 endings. Well, okay, well, that's fair, I guess. But it's...
I'll give it like I want to say 4 out of 10 because I like the concept idea, you know? I think that's a great idea for it's just a good idea. It's just obviously the game could to have a better format.
Well, I wish it was an actual game and not a fucking clicking thing because I couldn't open it
Yeah.
normally. That pissed me off a little, but I was able to at least get it open on Jump Share. I could at least open it on here. But to get to the voice acting and everything, I'd have to open it on something else, and I'm not spending money just to be able to do that. I'm sorry, but I'm
No.
not.
Yeah.